I actually cried, and my mom was like, you better stop crying right now. Hi guys, welcome and welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your girl Ritabile, and I'm back with another video. As you can see by the title, today I'm going to do a story time. I figured it will be best for me to like do a story time that involves everything, as in like everything from the beginning of my pregnancy till the very end, and when the baby was now born. Yeah, I'm going to be doing it while doing my makeup. And also, if you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe. Click on the notification bell so that you're notified each time I upload a new video. And I'm going to be having a glass of, what's this called, Desperacitos. I always see like people doing story times while drinking something, so I figured I should just follow suit. If you can't beat them, join them. Yeah, let's get right into the video. So I've already applied foundation. I applied primer first, then my foundation. So right now I'm just going to do my eyebrows. So let's start the story time. So okay, let's start from the very beginning. So it was, I think I had visited Zimbabwe. It was around April. Yeah, so I visited Zimbabwe and I came back around I came back to Ireland around, I only stayed for 3 weeks in Zimbabwe, right? So yeah, and then I came back, and when I came back, I knew that in a week's time I was supposed to start my periods, and it did not happen. So I was kind of panicking, but not really panicking. So I remember telling my boyfriend that I haven't gotten, okay guys, I'm now concentrating more on the story time and not doing the makeup. Okay, I have to multitask. So I remember telling my boyfriend that I haven't gotten my periods, and he was just chilled, guys. He was just chilled with no stress in the world. So my periods were late by 5 days at that time. And I really wanted to get a pregnancy test done, but he was like, no, wait, for like 2 weeks, and I could not wait. So this one time I was alone. My young brothers were in school, my mom was at work. So I just got ready, got dressed, and actually that day I thought I was going to film like a video from the moment I go and buy the pregnancy test, and the moment I actually take a pregnancy test. I think I'll insert a clip of the, I think this camera is not doing the things. I might insert a clip of the video because I didn't finish the video, because I was like, when I take the pregnancy test, I want it to be my moment. I don't want to share it with anybody. Hi guys, welcome and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm back with another video, and today I'm going to be running some errands, so I decided to take you guys with me, and we might probably have some big news by the end of this vlog, so come with me. So first thing, I'm going to collect some papers for my mom, and after that what else, I'm going to do a bit of shopping, then get lunch, then come back home and maybe reveal the news. So I went, got the pregnancy test, and I came back home, went to the toilet and did the deeds. No, did the things. And I what's it called? I peed on the stick, and yeah, it did not even take, usually the pregnancy test, they say the results will come back in like 3 minutes. It only took that pregnancy test 1 minute for it to be all clear, and I was pregnant. So I knew at that time my boyfriend was at work, right? So I had to keep it all in until he knocks off. So when he knocked off from work, I video called him and I showed him the pregnancy test. He laughed, guys. I think he did not believe it. He thought I was lying. He laughed. And yeah, fast forward, like I think about a week later, that's when he started believing that I was telling him the truth. So my pregnancy went by and I was still procrastinating, telling my mom I did not want to tell her, guys. I didn't even know how I was going to tell her. It went by, it went by, it went by. Lucky enough, my bump was small. It didn't show that much. And also I didn't have like hectic symptoms. So it was easier for me to hide it from my mom for a long while. So fast forward, I think it was around, I was around 5 months pregnant. Sorry, this camera is not giving. Let me pause and finish this eyebrows off camera because we won't finish anything here. Okay, so where were we? 5 months later, right? Sorry. Yeah, 5 months later. I was now 5 months pregnant, right? Also, for those who do not know me like that, I'm actually in a long distance relationship. My boyfriend stays in Zimbabwe and I stay in Ireland. So 5 months later, I hadn't told my mom at that time, right? How I told my mom is so funny, guys. I was actually forced into telling my mom by my boyfriend. He was like, you only have 2 days to figure it out and tell your mom. It's Katz's Billy, right? So we were in her bedroom, right? We're chilling in her bedroom. So I was like, it's now or never. So I texted her. I sent her a WhatsApp message. No, I actually sent her a picture of the pregnancy test on WhatsApp, right? And she was right next to me. She goes like, what? She goes like, what? Ngahle ngagubuzela ngengubo because ngasembedeni, right? Then she tried to pull the blanket off of me, right? She was like, what? And I just couldn't talk to her. I just started crying, guys. I got so emotional. And she replied me through a text as well. She sent me a WhatsApp message and she was like, I was not expecting that from you. I'm a bit disappointed, but kungasenani, it's done. It's not like you can go back in time and change anything. Yeah, she will be supportive. She told me that, and she was throughout, guys. She was. It was a very emotional moment for me. So yeah, next hospital visit, I went with her. She saw the little baby, and also from the get-go I knew I was going to have a girl. I don't know why, like mother instincts, I guess. I knew I was gonna have a girl. She saw the baby girl and they told us, no, they did not tell us. For the gender scan, I went with her, and initially I wanted to do like a gender reveal. I didn't want to have a baby shower. I wanted to have a gender reveal party instead. So I was like, please write it down on a piece of paper, the gender of the girl. But I couldn't wait. When we got home, I was like, I asked my mom to like film a small video whilst I opened the paper to see the gender of the baby. And when I opened the paper, I think I have a clip of that video. I'm going to post it somewhere. It was a girl. I was so happy, guys. I was so happy. I was like, I changed, like I decided not to have a gender reveal because I was scared that if it's a boy, I'm not going to react like in the right manner, because I really wanted a girl and it was a girl. So fast forward when, okay guys, I'm so into this story that I forget that I'm actually doing my makeup and I'm doing everything so wrong. My goodness. Okay, now I was fast approaching like my delivery date, and it was now, I think it was around December, and I was about 38 weeks pregnant. I actually lost my mucus plug. No, actually I had a blood tissue. I think there's a difference between a mucus plug and a blood tissue. I had a blood tissue. I told my mom was at work at that time. She was like, you need to relax. You need to make sure that all your bags are packed. Sit down, relax, don't walk up and down because you might have this baby before I even knock off. It was around 2 and my mom knocks off around 8:30 and she gets home around 9:15, right? She was like, you better relax. Don't do anything because this baby might come. But nothing happened that day. And okay, let me pause a bit. So I was now 38 weeks when I had a blood issue, and the day after I had my blood issue, I was actually having my checkup appointment. So I go for my checkup appointment, and I tell the doctor that I've already had a blood issue, right? The doctor was like, okay, like she didn't make any big deal about it. And I was like, I got frustrated because I felt like she wasn't hearing me. I was like, I had a blood issue. Like, that means the baby can come anytime soon. Can you please, because the checkup that I had gone, the checkup that I was having that day, it wasn't like a scan checkup. So they'll just check your blood pressure and just a few things, but not actually check on the baby. Like, not like do a scan to see if the baby is actually okay inside, right? So I asked for the scan and they did give me, and baby was fine. That day, now this is the following day after the checkup, which is like 3 days after the blood issue. Nothing happens until during that time I was having pains, like contractions, but they were not frequent. So it would happen like every 30 minutes for like 2 hours, and they would stop completely. So fast forward to 24th December, right? I woke up in a good mood. I was like, I'm going to do some TikTok videos. I'm going to take some pictures. Who knows? Maybe this will be the last day with my bump. And we went for a few grocery shopping for Christmas, and like when we bumped into this lady in one of the shops, and she was like, oh my god, you look so big, you might deliver anytime soon. I was like, it's fine. Because I was expecting the baby to come on the 6th of January. That was my predicted delivery time. And yeah, the day progressed, and then later on around 9 I started feeling these pains again. I didn't tell my mom this time because I felt like I was bothering her, like from the moment I had my blood issue till the 24th, because every time I would feel like what I assumed were contractions, I'll tell her like, the baby's coming. So this time I was like, I'm just going to keep it to myself, and I monitored myself for like an hour 30 minutes. Now it was like 10:30, it was a night, and I told my mom like, something's different about these pains. Something is definitely different about these pains, because I felt nauseous, and throughout my pregnancy I hadn't vomited even once, but this time I felt nauseous. I was very nauseous. So I tell my mom, and she was like, maybe it's time. So already my bags were staying in her car, and we got ready. We were so calm. We prayed, and we went to the hospital. We got there. We took our time to prepare because we got there at exactly 12 midnight, 25 December. So I get there, I got to the receptionist, and they direct me to a room, and I get to the room, and I think midwives, they gave me a bed, and they put on some belts and some monitoring stuff on my belly, and yeah, they monitored me, and the doctor came in, she checked my dilation, and I was only 2 centimeters dilated, but however, Nancy's heartbeat was beating very fast. So they had to progress everything very quickly. So they rushed me into the delivery room and they kind of induced my pain. No, induced the labor. So I did my eyes off camera, and where were we? Yeah, now going into the delivery room. They didn't induce my labor. I made a mistake. They kind of fast tracked it. So I go into the delivery room. They manually broke my waters with like, it's a long, thin, kind of like a toothpick, but longer and bigger. So yeah, that was very painful. And when the water came out, it was so warm. I felt like I'd actually peed myself. So from that moment, when I was like 2 centimeters dilated, the pain wasn't that much painful. I would give it like a 4 out of 10 because I expected so much. So after they broke my waters, that's when the pain started kicking in. Oh my god. It was the most painful pain I've ever felt in my life, if there's anything like that. So after that, right, when they broke my waters, initially I had told myself that I don't want to like have any sort of pain relief. So after they broke my waters, the only thing that I was going to take was the gas. And I asked for the gas, they gave me the gas. The gas made it even worse because I felt like the gas, it kind of makes you high. It makes you high. So I felt like I was so much in pain and I was high. So it made me feel like I was going crazy and I just couldn't take it anymore. So I asked for epidural. Is it epidural or epidural? I asked for that and they quickly phoned the person who puts the epidural. At first I thought the epidural was just like an injection, but actually it's like, what's it called? It's like a drip. They put it at the back of your spine. So I asked for the epidural. They quickly came and gave me the epidural. Before I had the epidural, every time I would get a contraction, I would vomit. Like, it was just so painful. After the epidural, I actually fell asleep. So I slept through like 80% of my labor. I was sleeping. So at that time when I slept, I was like 3 centimeters dilated. Then I woke up again, I was like 7 centimeters dilated. And I had started feeling the pain again. And I didn't ask for like the epidural at that time because I thought if it wears off, it wears off. You cannot like recharge it. But the pain was just getting worse and worse and worse. So I asked the lady, I was like, it's painful. And she was like, oh, okay. And then she pressed something on the machine and I think the epidural started flowing again. And the pain was better at that time. And I slept again. I woke up when I was around 9 centimeters dilated. And I slept again and I woke up when I was now 10 centimeters dilated and it was time for me to push. When it was time for me to push, the epidural had weighed off. So they could not like give me more because it was time for me to push. So pushing time now. I could not push, guys, because each time, like, you are supposed to push when you feel like a contraction. I would feel a contraction, try to push. As soon as the contraction goes off, I fall asleep. It was a cycle. I did that for like an hour. The lady had said if I push for an hour and I struggle to push out the baby, then they'll call in the doctor and they'll have to assist me to push the baby. At that time, I was in so much pain. I asked if I could have like a C-section and they were like, no, I didn't ask for it in the beginning, so you just have to push out this baby. So the 1 hour passed by very quickly and I could not push out the baby. So they called in the doctor and like 4 people came into the room now to assist me with pushing. My mom was right beside me. She looked so worried and so stressed. And mind you, my mom is a nurse and in Zimbabwe she trained as a midwife as well. So she was like, Okay, but she didn't want to interrupt a lot. So they called in those people. They came in with their tools and like they got just at the baby out. It's like a suction thing that they used to pull out her head, and we were supposed to do it in sequence. When I feel the contraction, I push and they also pull out the baby. I did that for like 15 minutes, and like the head, the baby's head came out a bit, and they're like, you're doing so great, you're doing amazing, do you want to feel the baby's head? I was like, heck no, hell no. No ways, I'm not doing that. I refused, and I pushed again for 3 more times after the head was out, and she came out and she was crying, guys. She was so precious. Oh my god, like I felt like in that moment I was so numb. I was not able to express myself very well because I'd went through something very traumatic. So like she was so cute, guys. And also I forgot to tell you, like during the pushing time I actually cried, and my mom was like, you better stop crying right now because you will cry in all like your pregnancies, in all your deliveries, you will cry. I think it's a myth, like something like that. I don't know if you've heard anything like that. Please write down in the comment section down below. She was like, you better not cry. But it was so painful. And also one thing I did not do, I did not scream, because everyone had told me that you shouldn't scream, you should save your energy for pushing. So I tried as much as possible not to scream, but I did cry, but I did not scream. Big difference. So the baby came out. She was so gorgeous. Oh my god. And we went to the other ward, and yeah, came out of the hospital after 3 days, and now the real journey begins. I still say after birth is more painful than delivering. It's more painful than delivering. I had a couple of stitches, so going to the toilet, I avoided to do number 2 for a long time because everyone told me that number 2 is the worst. Now, first 1 week of the newborn stage was actually easy when it comes to sleeping, because Nanzi would sleep about 16 hours a day. More than 16 hours a day she was sleeping, because even at night I'd actually wake her up to feed her because I'm like, my baby is hungry, she needs to eat. So I would wake her up and she would sleep and sleep and sleep and sleep. And then when she turned 2 weeks now, that's when she started not sleeping that much. But I wouldn't say it was that bad, because during my pregnancy I had insomnia, so I wouldn't sleep at night either ways. So we'd be up together, I would watch something, so feeding her, and yeah. Also, I think I did not suffer from postpartum depression, but however I think I did get baby blues, because there was a time like I would look at myself like in the mirror, I'm like, my body will never get back to the way it was. And truthfully, it will never get back to the way it was. I developed so many stretch marks, and my belly was still so dark, and yeah, it was hard, but not that hard. Because I think before, like, I think when I learned that I was pregnant, I literally researched a lot and I prepared my mind so much. I knew that these things were going to happen, so I needed to prepare myself as much as possible, and I prayed about it. That's the main like recipe. I prayed so much about it, and yeah, was still keeping on. The only thing that was very hard, like in this whole pregnancy journey, delivering journey, was my healing process after giving birth. That was so hard. And also those 2 hours of pushing, oh my god, they were the worst. Very painful. The worst of the worst. So yeah, I think that's it, guys. I don't know if there's anything else that I need to tell you. I think that's it. I'd like to do like a Q&A in this channel. I'll put up a poll on Instagram, and you guys can ask me anything on there, and I will come back and answer the question. Okay, so I decided to do my makeup off camera, to finish it off camera, and yeah, this is the final look. If you can see my lace, ignore it. So I was now talking about postpartum, right? My postpartum journey, I wouldn't call it the easiest, but however, it wasn't the worst because I had so much great support. My granny actually came, and my mom took a leave to help out with the baby, so I had so much support and so much help, and I am forever grateful for that, because not everyone gets to have such support and help in their life, especially during this time, so I'm grateful for that. And also, let's talk about inducing labor. I know a lot of people, myself included, when they get pregnant, these are part of the things that they kind of research on. So I did do my research. Like, I was so ready to induce my labor because I don't want to be overdue and all. But however, my baby came early. I didn't do anything really to induce labor, but looking back at the kind of lifestyle that I lived during my pregnancy, I would say it helped to induce my labor. So I would walk every single day for like 30 minutes. I'd walk every single day for like 30 minutes, and I think that helped a lot. It really did help. And also I really think when the baby wants to come out, the baby will come out any day the baby wants to come out. You have really no control over it. And honestly, I didn't want my baby to be born on Christmas Day, but God said, you are going to have a Christmas baby, and I did have a Christmas baby. I didn't want her to be born on Christmas Day because I was so scared that she will never really get to celebrate her birthday on her actual birthday, because Christmas is known for being family time. I wouldn't throw a birthday party on Christmas Day and really actually expect people to show up, because on Christmas Day people have their own plans with family and stuff. But I think that's something we'll have to work around, because we cannot change her birthday now. And actually, I think she's actually blessed to be born on Christmas Day. I don't know why. She's a blessed baby. Anyways, if you watched this video till this time and you haven't subscribed to my channel, why aren't you subscribed to my channel? Please do subscribe to my channel. Like, comment and share. Comment anything down below. I'll greatly appreciate it. The more you comment, the more you like, the greater the algorithm. The greater the algorithm will work in our favor. So yeah, I'll greatly appreciate it. And road to 500 subscribers. Here we go. Thank you so much. Bye. See you on the next one. That's why I don't mind to spend my life with you. I wanna please you in any way I can. I wanna share my world, don't you understand?